Hello, good afternoon. Today we're going to talk about how to assemble a 1035, 1038, and 1039 Erie wheelbarrow. The first step, which is the most important step, is make sure that your hardware chart that is found on the back of the instructions matches everything that came in the parts carton. We've already laid everything out and everything is here and ready to go for the assembly of the 1035, which we'll be focusing on today. The next steps, what we need to do is apply the wooden wedges that come in the kit onto our handles. The first thing you should do is make sure that the 1035 handles say contractor on the upward side. Then what you need to do is take the wooden wedge and align those two holes at the very end there, line them up, and make sure to put a bolt like that so that it lines up with the hole. And then what we're going to do is use the nails that come with the kit, and you're going to strike a nail through the middle of the wedge like that to hold the wooden wedges in place. Please do that on both sides. Okay, so we've just finished here putting the handles together. So again, the key point here is to make sure the Erie Contractor logo is up and the wooden wedges gets put on like that. The key that we recommend is using a long bolt to go through this front hole as well as the hole that's in the handles, and then using the nail that comes supplied and nail it to the handle so that it's nice and secure, so that when you fasten it to the wheelbarrow, that piece isn't moving along. Next thing we want to take a look at is the tray. With every 1035 comes with 2 cross braces. You're going to see right here. And this step here, what we do is we actually take the short bolt, and what we do is we're going to put that through the clip as shown right there, and then we're going to put the short tray base like that so that it's sitting flush up against the tray and the bolts are through. And now what we're going to do is affix both of our washer and our nut and put it in place, but we are not going to over tighten. We're going to leave those pieces loose, just hand tight. Okay, this next step, what we've done is we've taken and put the front short cross brace on the front. Again, it's loose, it's not tight. And the back cross brace as well, it's loose. So it's got the short bolt, it's got a washer, and it's got a nut. And now we're going to show you how to put on the longer bolts. These ones will adhere to the handles. Basically remove that, slide that back into place like you see there, and you're ready to go. And on the back, basically there's enough clearance there, so we're going to put bolts up through like that, and up through like that. That's the next step to have your product looking like. Okay, the next step, what we've done is we've taken our handles that have already had the wooden wedges on them, we've turned them upside down, so now the wheelbarrow is upside down like this. The contractor is going to be on the downside, and what we've done is we've taken the long bolts that we showed you in the last step and we put them through the handles in these positions right here. That's the next step, completing the 1035. Okay, the next step we just did here is we just affixed the legs to the handles. You'll see here that when you put the wheelbarrow together, make sure that the tray leg with the holes is on the back, towards the back of the wheelbarrow, because eventually that's where we're going to put the K-brace that goes across the back. Do that to both sides. Alright, so the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to put on what we call the K-brace. So it requires you to put the long cross brace with the bow and the brace towards the front of the wheelbarrow. You'll see it right here. And this centerpiece here, what we're going to do is put on both brackets that go like a K in the middle, and I'm going to put the nut through like that, and you're going to put the lock washer as well as the nut on the back side, and then connect those braces down to these holes, which you're going to see over here. As you can see, at this stage we have finished what we call the K-brace. It looks like a K if you look at it here from the sides. So it's got the long cross brace, and we've got the two braces that go up to the middle to provide extra support. And again, we'd like to have all the nuts and washers on the inside so that you've just got the tops of the bolts here on the external side facing. Okay, in this step what we're going to do is assemble the axle bearing assembly into the hub of the tire. As you can see, we have a nice heavy duty roller bearing there on a 3/4 inch axle. We're going to slide it through. And then on this side, what we're going to do is put in, first of all, we've got this small thin washer, metal washer, followed by a felt washer. And then last but not least, we'll have this large heavy duty washer. We're going to compress that. And then the last step here is that we're going to take this and we're going to put the cotter pin through, as you see right there. All right, in this step here, what we're going to do is we're going to take the axle boxing and the U-bolt, and we're going to put them through like that. And And we're going to slide that down through. We're going to do that on both sides. And then, oh yes, you got to make sure, I'll come over here. You got to make sure that that cutout section there that's on the inside of the axle bracket there is on the inside, because that's what's going to hold the 3/4 inch axle. Now what we're going to do is install the tire axle through the one side of the U-bolt, put it through the other side of the U-bolt. Now we're going to apply some pressure. The snug fit there. There we go. And now we're just going to put the nuts and bolts on the other side and snug them up. All right, this step what we're going to do is we're going to fasten the front tray braces to the wheelbarrow. I should note that there's two ends here. We've got a square end and we've also got a rounded end. It's important to make sure that the rounded end goes into the front tray clip that you see right here on the front. It goes like that, and then obviously it's going to go up in line with that hole. We'll do that with both of them. Put the long bolt up through, and we're going to take a washer and a nut and adhere them. Again, only finger tight, no need to over tighten anything at this stage in the game. So you've done that to one side, do the same. Okay, the second final step, which is important to do, is you need to put on the nose iron. And up until now, you've seen that everything has been hand tightened. We haven't over snugged anything. And the reason for that is because when you go to put on the nose iron, you need to have some play for the holes to align. You have to adjust the handle a little bit, go up through, and then all you need to do is again hand tighten the nuts. The final step with the 1035 is now we have to go around and tighten everything that we put on hand tight. And I'm going to recommend that you get a deep socket like this one here. It has to be 1/2 inch. Don't necessarily recommend a ratchet driver, but one can be used if you're careful enough. Just a standard ratchet is fine, or if you have a drill with one of these bits on it would work just as well. Okay, go ahead. And voila, that is the finished product, an Erie 1035. If you're assembling a 1038 or 1039 model, the instructions are identical. The only difference is the 1038 comes with a yellow flat-free tire, and the 1039 comes with a yellow flat-free tire that is an extra wide tire at 6 inches with a rugged tread design. Thanks for watching.